All right, hi everybody. Good afternoon. Channel 3 First Alert Meteorologist Tyler Hughes here. I promised you I would jump on the stream sometime between about 1:15 and 1:30 or so it's 1:17 right now, to give an update on the forecast, because even since we last spoke at 11, there's been some changes and updates to things that we want you to know about. And you would know the first one if you have the free First Alert weather app, which I'll show you how to get that at the end of the stream. But if you have the app, you would have already received a push notification about the first big change. But I'll give it away to you. It's that we have two new weather alerts to tell you about. The first one doesn't have nothing to do with Winter Storm Benjamin, but is unrelated to the snow part. It's the cold part Saturday morning. And so there is now a cold weather advisory within the last 10 minutes. This has been expanded to the entire state. It's over the last hour or two been slowly rolled out across all the counties. This goes into effect tomorrow evening. The exact time varies depending on what county you're in, and remains in effect through Saturday morning. The impact here is some dangerously cold wind chills Saturday morning. Just how cold are we talking? Well, let me show you First Alert Futurecast here. This is 6 a.m. on Saturday. Minus 27 is the wind chill that's forecast in Salisbury. Minus 15 in Hartford. Minus 16 in New Haven. So these are the temperatures, if you're out early on Saturday, that you would need to dress for. Or what I call the better option, option B, which is if you don't have to go out early Saturday morning at this time when it's this cold, maybe that's a better idea. But this is what it's going to feel like when you combine the wind and the air temperature early Saturday morning. And Saturday by the afternoon, I should note here, we can drag this out. Let's drag this out to noon. Still feels below zero or at zero at noontime. And by 2 p.m., there's lots of sunshine around on Saturday, but it's still not going to feel much warmer than zero because the wind is going to be gusting up, and we're going to have issues with the temperatures being well below average for this time of year. So today is kind of nice. Today's a mild day, right? Today temperatures are up in the 40s. In fact, let's look at the temperatures right now, shall we? Look at this, 45 in Hartford right now, 43 in New Haven. It's going to be 40 degrees cooler than this by the time we get to Saturday morning, which is a crazy change in a short period of time. That is why the cold weather advisory has been issued for the entire state of Connecticut and really all of southern New England as well. The other big change within the last hour or so was the winter storm watch. That has now been posted for all of southern New England as well, including every county in Connecticut, the entire state of Rhode Island, up through Massachusetts. This is ahead of the snowfall we're expecting with Winter Storm Benjamin. And I just want to give you an idea of the breadth of this. So I'm going to zoom out here. We're going to show you a view from all across the country. Where you see the light blue, that's winter storm watches extending from Arizona. That's a county in Arizona, all the way up into New Hampshire and Maine as a result of the same winter storm. We also have winter storm warnings that you see in pink, stretching from Texas all the way up into parts of Kentucky and Illinois. Parts of Mississippi, Tennessee, Alabama right now are under ice storm warnings. I'll talk more about that here in just a second. But the gist of it is this is going to be a wide-ranging storm with a lot of impacts, not just here in Connecticut, not just here in New England, but across the country. Here at home, our impact is going to be all or mostly snow. The timing, Sunday into Monday, it's going to be light, fluffy snow, not heavy, wet snow. That's good news for avoiding things like power outages. We also talk about, how difficult it is to shovel, right? When you have that really heavy, wet snow, it's a lot harder to shovel, and that can cause health problems for some folks, including cardiac issues. But, when the snow's light and fluffy, it's a little bit easier to clear off of your driveway, your car, etc. Nonetheless, we're still looking at a lot of snow, a foot or more possible across parts of Connecticut. So we talked about the cold, we talked about the snow. For that reason, we have 3 First Alert weather days. Saturday for the cold, and then Sunday and Monday for Winter Storm Benjamin, bringing the possibility of a foot or more of snow. So here's what you can do now. Break out those shovels, get the gas for the snow blowers, get the gas for the generators too, just in case I'm sure we'll see some power outages, but I don't think the power outages will be as widespread as they will be in the south. Because in the south, they won't be dealing with the snow, they'll be dealing with ice, and a fairly significant amount of ice as well. In fact, let me show that to you. This is one model. This is the snowfall forecast through Monday night. Basically showing a band of very heavy snowfall extending from Oklahoma all the way up into southern New England, right? Including the DC Metro, Philly Metro, New York, Boston, all of these, very busy travel areas too, under a significant amount of snowfall here. But let's flip this around for a second. Let's show ice accretion instead of snowfall. And you're going to notice a difference. It's to the south. It's to the south. So what we can do here is I have a tool where we can take a box and it's going to average the ice accretion in that box. So I did this in Texas on our stream earlier. Let's do this in Louisiana and Arkansas. The average ice accretion in that box is 0.8 of an inch of freezing rain. To give you an idea, we have a naming criteria. As you know, we name winter storms here at Channel 3. We have a naming criteria for those storms. And to become a named storm, you need either 6 inches of snow for most of the state, which we easily will get with this storm, which is why we've already named it, or we need 1/4 of an inch of ice. Okay? So this red box right here in Arkansas and Louisiana is 3 times the threshold for a named ice storm here at Channel 3. This is going to cause very bad impacts. I was trying to come up with a more eloquent way to say it, but it's going to be very bad across parts of the South with the ice, and not to mention the travel disruptions as well. I was talking about this in my live stream at 11. Think of all the major airline hubs that fall somewhere in here. We've got Dallas, Fort Worth. Atlanta is like one of the busiest airports in the country, right? Same with Charlotte Douglas International Airport, too. That's a major hub for the American, I think. So this is going to cause significant travel disruptions. So, even if you think, can go escape the snow, Saturday before it hits, you still may run into some of these travel disruptions with the ice as well. I want to show you the latest model data we have in. I did this before at 11 on the stream. Now we have a new cycle of model data in. So I'm going to show you this. This is the previous run. This is from the data that came in last night, or earlier on last night, I should say, or earlier on this morning, I guess. And then this is, hello. This is the latest data we have in. Let's move the time frame on that. This is the latest data we have in from this morning. Okay? So, there we go. I got the time frames figured out here. So, this is the older run. This is the newer run. Older run, newer run. What do you notice? There's not much of a trend at this point. Last night into the run earlier on this morning, that's now the older run, we saw a bit of a trend northward, and so that's why we introduced into the forecast talk of, although it's going to be a mostly sleet event, a mostly snow event for Connecticut, there could be a small amount of sleet in like coastal New London County, Groton, New London, Mystic. Those are the only places that will likely see sleet as a result. But now that trend looks like it's stabilized out a little bit. I want to show you the latest snowfall comparison as well in the models. When we go to do kind of snowfall totals and amounts, there's still a little bit of uncertainty depending on where you are in terms of where exactly that bullseye sets up. There's still a bit of disagreement here between the American model you see on the left-hand side and the European model you see on the right-hand side of your screen. So we will continue to hone in on this as we get closer. But again, this is the latest model data that we have in here showing, we'll take you through the timeline. Sunday morning, here's the snow moving in. That jumped a little bit. Whoopsie daisies. Let's see if we can do that better. Here's the snow moving in and lasting through Monday morning. All right. We are thinking, this is our forecast, plowable snow is very, very likely that we see a foot or more possible across the entire state. And so start your preparations for that now. is the message that we're kind of sending out. And of course, we will continue to hone in on our forecast over the next day or so. We'll come out with the snowfall totals, and we'll continue to hone in on those snowfall totals as well as exact timing. At this point, we're still a couple days out. We can't nail down the exact timing yet, but we'll get there over the next day or so, right? So be sure to stick with us on air, online. A great way you can keep up with the latest information coming out of the First Alert Forecast Center is through this right here. This is our free First Alert weather app. So if you're watching the stream on a TV right now, go ahead and take out your iPhone or your Android, scan the QR code on your screen. It'll take you to download a free app. And this is the free First Alert weather app. It is by far the best source for the latest information from us. You can get accurate alerts sent right to your phone. Whenever there's a new weather alert issued, it will get sent straight to your phone. Also, the latest, when we have latest updates, right? We'll put videos on this app. The 7-day goes on this app as well. So this is a great resource, and I wanted to make sure everybody knew about this. So I'm about to head out for the day. Meteorologist Mike Slifer and Chief Meteorologist Mark Dixon will be in this evening. They will do another full in-depth look at the forecast coming up on First Alert Weather Extra at 6:30. For now, have a great afternoon. Enjoy the sunshine and the mild temperatures that are out there today, and take care, everybody.